This one that I did last time, it's touched right now. So I think I should varnish it, but I don't think I can find our varnish. But yeah. Have a little look. There's our little guy, the little doggy. I quite like it. I think I'll put a stamp, one of like my stone stamps. But I already have my little ugly signature. I don't know. We have to pick a canvas size. These are all very small, quick and easy, which makes me feel bad that I'm using oil. I guess I shouldn't. Nah, oil superior, I guess. So I'm thinking definitely not the square ones, because the composition, maybe I'll show it here, or this one. See, I'm deciding between these two, right? I'm thinking either the really small one, like see how small it is? Like, I don't know, hand for scale? I have a small hand too. Or the slightly bigger one. I think it's double the size, almost. No, not double, slightly bigger. Maybe this one. I think I'll have to work my way down because I'm new to painting like many canvases. We'll use the 12 by 18 centimeters. What's that in inches? 3 by 4? Is that right? That might be right. 4 by 6? I think 4 by 6 in inches. Guys, my cat finally woke up. It's so small, it looks ridiculous. It's so blurry here because I was like, I'll try using my tiny little camera, my digital camera to film, because it also has a recording function and it takes really nice photos, really crisp. So I was like, let's try out the the videoing function, and this is in HD. And how is it so much worse than I expected? I mean, you can still see it, so I'll include it. But just note to self, I'm not gonna use this for another video in the future, unless I want a vintage vibe. But I'm not gonna lie though, this camera makes me look hot. Maybe it's the high like contrast, because my face on its own is pretty low contrast, so maybe that helps. Mars Black, Ultramarine, Cadmium Red Light, Lemon Yellow, and Titanium White. Yay! Okay, hi guys. While we enjoy this very low quality video of me doing my painting for 20 minutes, let's chat about my 2 interview experiences, because they were both slightly interesting, one could say. So the first one was in person. It was on Monday. I prepped my questions, my introduction, and I prepped the PowerPoint that I made, the 30-page PowerPoint I made for them, because they said I will have to present it during my interview as well. So I was like, okay, no biggie. I get to the company 1 hour early because I'm so nervous. Like, I didn't want to be late. I wanted to, use the company bathroom, like, see the vibes. So, it was really nice. It's in, like, such a nice area in town. It's very techy. It was nice. The company was nice. It's a small company. I think like 20-30 people. But okay, so the first thing they made me do was to point out 5 things I'm bad at and 5 things I'm good at, which already freaked me out, because you have to write in the box like specifically why you said you're bad at this. So like, you can't really get away with like bullshitting something you're bad at. The whole interview was fine, but I think I made a mistake with one of the things I said I was bad at. Apparently, when you work in like consulting, you can't say that you're in tune with your emotions, because then they would assume that you're gonna crumble under pressure, that like you can't take any stress, like your clients are not gonna want to work with you. But I think overall it was fine. And also, did I mention their job description was in all English? They also said the PowerPoint and the presentation, it's a bonus if you can do it in English. So, and in their job description, the first line is, we're looking for someone who is strong in spoken and written English. So I was like, okay, they got international clients, like sure, whatever. And one of the things the interviewer asked me was, he was like, we actually don't have like international clients, or like we don't have that many international clients, and you're not gonna do much work in English. And I was just like, but why would you look for someone like that though? Like, oh, it was just confusing. And he was like, and all of our work is gonna be in Chinese. He was like, is that gonna like not meet your expectations? Are you fine with that? Like, bitch, yes, I'm fine with it. I'm bilingual, that's the whole point. I'm just like confused why you would stress the English component so much when like you obviously don't need it that much. But that was fine. Whatever. Hope they call me back. And then on Tuesday I had a online interview, which is nice because I don't need to travel, and all I need to do is put on a white button-up shirt. And it was for like operations, like product operations and management, and it's for an AI product. And she asked me a question that I thought was so funny. She was like, your background is not in AI though. And she was like, so you're probably gonna have to learn a lot of new things regarding AI once you get the job. And she was like, so what would you do if there's something that you don't know? So I was like, okay. I was like, there's many resources, you know, online, there's books. I was like, I'll take my time, my free time if that's needed, to learn, to see if there's any gaps in my knowledge, to fill it up, you know? And then she was like, what else? I was like, I'll ask my colleagues, my coworkers, my team lead, whoever's teaching me, you know, like new people, they teach you a little bit. I was like, I'll ask them. I always had good relationships with my supervisors when I was working on projects, She was like, okay. And what if, she's like, they're busy, you know, like what if you have a question but they don't have time for you? I was like, girl, it's just so stupid. I was like, okay, so I looked everywhere online and in books. I can't figure it out. I was like, okay, I'll ask my team lead. They don't have time for me. I was like, what do I do then? And she was like, yeah, what do you do then? I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'll ask AI. I was like, a lot of colleges post their courses online as like public information. I was like, I'll learn from there. At that point, I'm just like, what is the answer she's looking for? Like, what does she want me to say? So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work out, because then she asked 3 back-to-back questions that went exactly like this. What is a project that you mismanaged? What is a case where in teams communications was horrible and how did you deal with it? And then she was like, what is your biggest fumble while you were working in your internship, in a previous internship? I was like, holy shit, dude. She wants to learn about my worst moments. Like, what is this interview all about? Like, why do you hate me? It was just like fucking stupid and confusing. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, those were my 2 interviews this week. Ta-da! You're so cute. I love her. Aww. I think this is all I'm gonna do for day 1. The little water droplets were so much more difficult than I expected. And I think partially it is because how small the canvas is and how big my brushes are. So I kind of, and who set that system up? So I can't really complain. But yeah, day 1 complete. 2 fun things. Yeah, and they're both animal related. So first of all, we got 3 fish maybe a month ago. And well, actually we got 5 and two died like within the first few days of getting here, which is quite sad because, you know, we got a filter on. It kind of pumps oxygen in the water. We don't have a CO2 setup, but it's fine. Like I had like some aquascaping in there. We have some plants, but I just didn't feel like the CO2 like rig was necessary for the small ass tank we have. And we also shine a aquascaping specialized light for 6 to 8 hours a day. So I was quite sad that 2 of the fishies died. But so of the 3 that lived, one was the only fish that did not have very visible rainbow striping or a rainbow pattern on its tail. It was just this little translucent plain little fish, and I was like, oh my god, it needs some extra love. So I was like, this is my favorite. And yeah, it's a girl and it's pregnant. And it's infuriating a little bit because I'm almost sure that the seller is supposed to only sell males or females so that this doesn't happen. Obviously there was a mistake, and it probably got pregnant by the time we got it, like whether it is right before or right after, because they usually are pregnant for 30 days, and now it's been like a month-ish, and then they'll give birth. So at first I just thought it was eating really well because I thought they were all boys, but then my dad was like, dude, it looks pregnant. It's in its phase of its pregnancy where you can see the little dot patterns on the fish, like the baby inside its belly. This type of fish, they give birth to live fish, like not in little eggs, but instead once they are birthed, they can swim around. So it's very important that you track the pregnancy closely, especially towards the end of it, so that the mother can give birth in a separate container, and also in a rig where the young fish are immediately separated from the mother so that they don't get eaten from its mother, nor the rest of the tank, the fish in the tank. So I got this set up around a week ago, and then I put her in it for, I would say, a day and a night. But then I was like, I think I'm in such a rush, like she's not gonna give birth anytime soon and I'm just isolating her. So I took her out, I did some more research. Apparently that setup was bad, like it kills fish because you get stuck like between the walls and the tank because it's like suction to the wall, and also that the crevices that lets water flow in but not the tiny fish out, it's not designed well, and the baby fish get stuck and they die. So I got a new setup. It's like a floating device. It still separates everything. It's amazing. So now I just have it floating in the tank so that the 3 little roommates in there get used to the setup. And I'm monitoring the mama so closely. So what you're gonna look for is when the belly and the area, like the back of the belly in front of the fin, gets so big that it goes from like a round belly to like a square belly. And when you see their little butthole like protracted, like that's when it's definitely ready. Like it'll give birth in a day or 2. So all day I just sit in front of the tank whenever I'm free. I'm just staring. I'm like, is it, can I see, is it square? Like, bro, I'm going crazy. I'm so scared that I miss the moment and they all eat their babies. Oh my god. So yeah, I hope that goes well. And the second thing, it's for Tofu. So he loves watching birds, I think as all cats do. And we live in a high rise. We're on the 17th floor. So it's not as common, I think, seeing birds outside our balcony window as, you know, if you're on the first, second, third floor. And But sometimes we do get birds because the window in our dining room is actually such a perfect spot because the high-rise apartment next to us is one floor, like their top floor is one floor below us, which is the 16th floor. So we have this like platform lookout where birds sometimes sit around and chill and stuff. We get spotted pigeons and magpies, I think the classic black and white, as well as the azure-winged magpie. And those are among my favorite birds. We tried attracting them for a very long time. I think this past year we have put in efforts. We've put food out, just sprinkled on the balcony and seeing if birds came, but really no luck. I did some research finally this week, last week, where I was like, okay, we need to see how these girls like to eat, you know, from a feeder or from just a bowl, the types of food they like. Apparently both these birds, they forage from the ground, so a bird feeder would not actually work well. And also it's windy up here, so I cannot imagine a hanged bird feeder just bang against our window every time there's like the slightest breeze. So I'm actually glad that's the case. For the feed, magpies like peanuts, and specifically when they're still in their like red little coating, they like watermelon seeds. And for the pigeons, they like finer grained stuff, smaller seeds. So I got that all set up. The first day I put it out there, a bird came, a pigeon, a spotted pigeon. It only looked at it. And then today, which is the second day, holy shit, it was feasting, it was drinking water, like it was so amazing. But what is really sad is Tofu was napping the whole time. And I called for him and he was just not gonna get up. So he missed it today, but more to come hopefully. And when the spotted pigeon was feeding from the bowl, I saw a magpie land. It was like waiting in line, but bitch, the pigeon be so greedy because it was there for so long that the magpie just got impatient and flew away. But I can't believe how well it's worked. It's been only one day and then there's already birds here, so it's just such a great success. I will definitely update when more birds come. Before the video ends, since we made a painting of a bird and we talked about attracting birds to the balcony, I think I have to show you something else related to birds. So last weekend, me and my friend went to a stamp collecting festival. And then the same weekend, my other friend gifted me assorted stamps, but they were random and we got to like pick them out and organize and then all that. So I have gained many new bird stamps throughout that weekend and I want to show you. These I already had from ages ago. Very cool. These are a set from Cuba. These are from Poland. I love this one. Holy shit. I love the gothic font as well. Like, that's so cool. And then here we have another one from China, but these two are together because they're hummingbirds. They're among my favorite. Kingfisher, this one that's so fancy, and this one that's probably a songbird because it has a song next to it. And the ones that we get to like pick out and remove from envelopes and stuff, they're drying inside a book, so I don't want to get it messed up, but I'll show you next time.